And the lead absolutely is the main event was a talking segment with The Rock at Salt Lake City, Utah. And coming out in his heel persona and just destroying the crowd. I mean, eviscerating the crowd. It was fantastic. And aligning himself with the Bloodline. Tom, what did you think about this talking segment with The Rock and the rest of the Bloodline?
This is the continuation of their Road to WrestleMania kickoff they did in Vegas earlier, where they teased, the Rock has to lean into being a heel. So I liked it. He came out and he was full on heel. And this is something that I don't think the WWE audience has seen in 25 years?
It was a blast from the past.
And it was great. I thought he was leaning into the heel stuff. He's insulting the crowd. He's mocking them when they try to, when you're a babyface, you want the crowd to be along with you on your catchphrases. When you're a heel, you're insulted that they would dare do that. So he's doing that with the crowd. Even the way he ended it, he said, if you smell what the Bloodline is cooking. So it was not only a twist on his catchphrase, but it was solidifying that this is The Rock in the Bloodline, and that just tells me that The Rock has to turn on Roman Reigns at some point. When they go this hard, it means it's going in the other direction, doesn't it?
Oh.
But I like this for what it was,
Yeah.
I like heel Rock, and if we're not going to get... We got good matches during the show, so I'm not going to dock them points because the last thing they put on wasn't a match. It's not like they gave us crap the whole show and, then ended it with a talking segment. We got wrestling on this show, but they ended it with The Rock and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and if you smell what the Bloodline is cooking.
Yeah. So I might swerve you here.
Okay.
So typically, I just want main event, just be a match that they set up to, and it kind of brings the whole show together, rather than all these talking segments. But this talking segment was fantastic.
Okay.
I mean, he just went so hard at the crowd that I haven't seen any heel do in WWE in a while. It just seems like, they're kind of dopey sometimes. It's and I always bury this guy, but I'm just going to continue to do it. This Grayson Waller's supposed to be the heel, and he can't even get anything going even close to how mean or aggressive or how kind of controlling Rock was of the crowd. He wasn't just playing defense. He was really kind of going at them. He told someone, shut your fat mouth up or whatever like that. Called someone fat in the crowd. Calling everybody.
Before I slap your mouth, face or something.
Herpes off your mouth. Yeah, and even the way he went at the Utah crowd and called them all inbred trailer trash. I was these are pretty good insults. These are this is pretty mean, right? And it sounded like it was from the heart. And, I think those are just I was just in awe of him just tearing the crowd apart. Because they were trying to get the what chants going. And when they were trying to get the what chants going, every WWE wrestler struggles, right? Once
most of them, yeah,
happen, it's either they can try to get it back on track, and then it's still kind of rocky, but he just called them all inbred. It was a better way to change your pacing of the way you're talking, which is the 101 thing, and then say, hey, I know all you inbred people want to do the what chant. It's okay. He just completely called them inbred.
Since people several months ago, I think it's died down now, but since people were complaining that LA Knight looked like he was doing too much callback to Stone Cold and The Rock. I'm going to say that, the Rock kind of turning around and pointing towards what looked like individual people in the stands, calling him fat boy and smack your face. I mean, he was riffing on Ric Flair from the 80s,
Yeah.
You shut your mouth, fat boy. My watch costs more than your house.
Yeah.
Something like that,
There's no way he's definitely pointing in a random direction. It's no way like he heard something specifically. Yeah. He's just kind of doing that. But
that gimmick of pretending that you're singling out somebody in the crowd that you now have a conflict with. Because that's the kind of thing like, oh, that guy got under my skin, and that just encourages the rest of the crowd to keep doing it. When you're a heel, you want to give off the fact that, the crowd's getting under your skin enough for you to notice, because that encourages that behavior.
Yeah. So
it was good stuff. And Roman, we don't usually see Roman in one of these final segments just kind of sitting there, grinning, winking, smiling.
Jimmy was corpsing like crazy out there.
Oh,
like he was just laughing. But like I guess he could do it a little bit, but you could just tell like luckily he's allowed to just corpse. So he's just corpsing like crazy. And man, it was cool. And I like this one a lot. I don't know where the hell they're going, but I think, you might be onto something where you think there's going to be him turning on him, which is going to be like another swerve. So,
sure.
I mean, hopefully just kind of keep driving forward with what they have. And it's interesting to see The Rock kind of come back too. I think like one thing I noticed was when he was in the late 90s doing this, right? Mm-hmm. 20 some years ago when he was doing this, he looked younger, but not as big. And now he's just like gigantic. So like he just looks way different. He just is huge now because he's so, he's so geared up. He's on everything imaginable, whatever sort of substance that he needs to be to get bigger. He's on for sure.
When he was an active wrestler, he was in athlete shape. Now he's in movie shape, which is just look like a cartoon character from a comic book or something.
Yeah, he looked like a good athlete that played like defensive end at the University of Miami. Made sense, right?
Yeah.
When he was a wrestler. But now he looks like,
looks like a comic book character.
A comic book character for sure.
Yeah.
But so that's, I mean, I know
it's a slow game, right? Because like Elimination Chamber's coming up. Neither Roman nor Rock is going to be in Australia, I don't think.
Weird.
So they've got lots of time to do here. They just needed to plant the seed here today that The Rock is totally on board with Roman Reigns. He's a heel. Rock is not there to turn Roman Reigns babyface, or at least not yet. We'll see how the storyline plays out. But for now, it's Rock turning heel into the Bloodline. It's going to be a long play. It's wait and see. They don't want to kill Elimination Chamber, but they wanted to plant enough of a seed here so that when Elimination Chamber's over, they can, whenever they want in March, resume the road to WrestleMania with The Rock in the Bloodline. So they checked the boxes they needed to for what this was, right?
Oh yeah,